Okay, we're live.
We're live and it's Sunday morning.
Sunday morning, we're live. We have to talk about Coachella for a second.
Oh, like Biebercella or Sabrinecella? Because I'm down for either one.
Biebercella.
I have opinions. I have some hot takes. I think it was good. I do appreciate it. He looked like he was actually genuinely having fun as an artist, and I love that for him. However, you can't sit there and tell me that if Sabrina just went up there with a laptop and a mic and sang her little heart out, that people wouldn't be like, oh, she's being lazy.
Well, agreed. But I also think Sabrina's not nearly at like the level that Justin's at yet.
No, because she's still grinding. She's still working hard. But the same thing could be said about like Taylor Swift is far into her career too. And people expect these big, extravagant tours from her. And it's like, what if she just wanted to get up there in a dress and a guitar?
I think if she got up there in a dress and guitar, people would still pour out in droves. I really do. Because I think she's just that big. I think also, like, let's use BTS's tour right now as the example. A lot of, like, I'm not going to say a lot, but some people are complaining because they're not doing nearly as much choreography and they're, like, more just kind of relaxed and playing around. And I'm like, well, yeah. They're the biggest Korean boy band in the world. They don't have to do crazy choreography anymore. They don't have to freaking do all this stuff anymore. They've already made it, you know? But what I want to say...
just got out of the military. Let them breathe. Their bodies hurt.
Let them be. But what I want to say about the Biebercella thing, and I need to start this by saying I'm not a huge Justin Bieber fan to begin with. Never have been. And probably never will be. I know his music. I know who he is. But I just wasn't that girl. Like, all of my friends listen to it, so I know the songs, and I can sing probably all of the songs from when we were in, middle school, high school, because they were everywhere, right? And all of my friends loved him. I never fangirled until I was, in my late 20s and found Stray Kids. Stray Kids, like my parents, they think that they broke me and they apologize to Tyler all the time because they're like, she didn't fangirl when she was a child because we had her listening to like death metal music growing up, and so they blame themselves for me like now going into the fangirl era, and I'm like, who cares? You're never too old to be a fangirl. That's how I feel about it. But anyways, so I never had this super like Justin Bieber thing. However, he's very popular. He's on things all the time, right? Like, everybody knows who he is. It's, you know what I mean? Like, you have to live under a rock to not know who Justin Bieber is. And I've been watching more and more things on, like, YouTube about, like, just some of the stuff, like, with the P. Diddy stuff. And, he had the exact same freaking manager, Scooter Braun, as what Taylor Swift had. And we all saw that documentary Taylor Swift did. And everything she went through because of Scooter Braun. So it's like, he had the same guy. Justin literally, like, did everything to just get away from those people as fast as he could. He sold his music, his whole entire portfolio. I didn't know this, but I just found this out this week. He sold his whole entire portfolio. Something that should have sold for like millions and millions and millions of dollars. I think he sold it for like, I don't know the exact number. I don't remember, but it was like dangerously low, like 1.2 million or something, right? Obviously that's not the correct number, but it was like a stupidly low number. He just like sold all of his whole entire portfolio and just to like get away and get out from all of that stuff. And then, when all that stuff about P. Diddy was coming out, people were like showing interviews and things on like how adult ass women, like 30, 40-year-old women, were talking to and like treating him when he was just he's a literal freaking child, right? So anyways, bottom line is, I kind of now, like looking back at it all and like seeing the stuff, I'm like, there's no wonder he like had this rebellious phase and kind of went a little crazy for a minute there. And there's no wonder that he has like some of the like, mental health struggles that he's struggling with now. But the reason I wanted to talk about this is because I saw a video from Weekend One when he was singing, what's that song? Beauty and a Beat. And he's, his voice has changed a lot. He has like a much deeper, like huskier voice now. So he's singing in that deep husky voice, and then all of a sudden he just switches up. It's like it's like if you search up Justin Bieber remembers he's Justin Bieber, this video will come up because he just switches, and it's his voice. Like, and I literally, again, I'm not a huge super fan, but it literally made me cry. And I had like chills. And like, I don't know, something about that was like really freaking healing, not just like it healed a piece of me that I didn't even know needed to be healed. It like I don't know what it did to my psyche, but it just made me like feel like, oh my gosh, like if Justin Bieber can overcome all of this and like remember who he is and like come back to that, like I can too. I don't know, maybe I'm being a little bit like emotional and a little like overthinking it, but it just was like, oh my god. Like I don't know, I just
No.
had like an out of body experience watching him like just switch up like that. I was like, oh my god, like
And it's
everything's
exactly
gonna be okay.
yeah, and it's exactly that moment that I'm talking about, that he genuinely looked like he was having fun. He was just up there vibing, thriving, put on a YouTube playlist of his greatest hits
I
and
love
was
it.
having fun. Like it was cool. It was
I didn't watch his
seeing it.
entire set, but I saw that he was like asking. He like went onto the Coachella live
He
stream
was
and was like
literally
reading the
asking
comments
like
and letting people, yeah, like
which
add
song next, who
song
next, and
recommendations. It's so
so while
funny.
yes, there is that double standard that I'm kind of irritated about, of people like, oh, he can do it and it's fine and he's not going to get called out for it. But if someone else did it, like BTS or like Sabrina, where if they just chilled, vibed, thrived, they would be called out.
Well, but some people
It
did complain
also,
about Justin doing that.
yeah,
Like how some people are complaining about BTS doing this. And I think, I think if Sabrina Carpenter continues on the path that she's on in the next 5-10 years, I think she could do something like that. People are going to complain, but I think the majority of people just aren't going to care.
but it also, I think, just kind of depends on the artist and the person. Like, we know, I feel like Taylor Swift could do it, but she's not going to, because she holds herself to a different standard.
Absolutely.
And Justin, I feel like they tried to make him the dancing boy band type, and he was for a little bit. And then his songs aren't really like choreographable.
That's
songs.
what I was going to say too, though. I don't ever remember.
Really
I mean,
like I remember
I
beating
didn't
the
watch
beat.
him much, but I feel like he was never dancing. Like, I don't ever remember Justin
He,
Bieber, like,
he had a couple songs that he would do dance breaks to. Like, I vividly remember him in that stupid hair swoop. Like, during Prime, he was dating Selena Gomez.
mm-hmm.
And that's whenever he had a lot of the dancing. Like, he did a song with Usher and was dancing with Usher. But yeah, like it's fine. Like, he looked like he was having fun. Like, I think that was healing for him as much as it was healing for the world.
Yeah.
And I hope he continues down that path of healing.
Well, I
don't
think
know
he's
if
going to go on
maybe-
tour.
Ooh.
Because supposedly when I was
honestly,
on my...
I would go.
When I
I
was
would
on my
go.
little YouTube stroll this morning, because stuff from, Weekend 2 is popping up already because he performed last night or whatever. And at the end of his set, he said, "I'll see you soon."
Ooh.
And then supposedly some of his merch for Weekend 2 said World Tour on it.
So that, a lot of people are saying he was reusing old tour merch.
Okay, gotcha.
And just put like Coachella on it.
That makes sense. You got to get rid of your old stock.
Yeah. But it was still fun. It was still good. And then
see you soon could mean anything. It could mean he's going on tour. It could mean he's about to drop another album.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't really listen to his last album.
I didn't either. And I'm like thinking, because I didn't even know he dropped an album. I'm gonna be so honest with you. This is how like out of the loop I am.
He dropped Swag and then Swag 2.
Well, so that's what I found out when I was doing my deep dive over this, like, the course of this week, because I saw that, and then it just, like, again, like, it healed something in me, and then it made me kind of, like, want to look more into, like, what's been going on with him or whatever. And that's when I found out that he dropped Swag, and I was like, and then I was thinking, because I didn't know, and I don't have, like, timelines, right? Because YouTube, it's not like YouTube gives you dates. So, or, well, it does, but not on Reels. You have to, like, look for it if you want to see what date was posted. And so I was like, wait, he dropped an album? And I thought he dropped an album and then was performing at Coachella. So I was like, what the shit? I didn't even know he dropped an album. So I'm like, go to Spotify, and I'm like, oh no, he dropped this in 2025. And then literally, what was it, like 2 days later, he dropped Swag 2 or something like that, or like the next day.
Yeah.
And they're long ass albums, but I like kind of clicked through it on Spotify, and I was like, I haven't heard a single one of these songs like at all. Like they're not on TikTok. They're not on, because that's how I only listen to K-pop now. So in order for me to like learn about new songs, it's because of TikTok or YouTube, which I'm not even on TikTok anymore. So now it would be YouTube. But in 2025, I was on TikTok and I did not hear any of those songs. I was like, what is this?
Daisy's got pretty trendy.
Yeah, I don't even know what that song is.
And I think that was honestly the best song off of the album. That was the only one that I really heard. But who knows?
Also, I have to tell you, I can hear the birds chirping when you talk.
They're loud, huh?
Like every time you start talking, I just start hearing the birds chirping in the background, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
They're out tweeting up a storm. We had a nice, pretty couple past days, nice and sunny. Yeah, it's literally right outside the window, and it's just singing its little song out. It's also freaking out over Justin Bieber. It's also freaking out over the fact that Big Bang was at Coachella too. And okay, Big Bang. Did you watch their performance or no?
I did not watch their performance either, but I saw on weekend one, again on a reel, that they performed like a trot song or something like that.
Yep.
I guess the guy that did it, he was like, how do you guys know this song?
Because a lot of people went just for Big Bang. I am sad that T.O.P. wasn't there. But it is kind of hilarious that they were singing over. So Big Bang, if you can't remember, or for those of you that don't know, one of the members was part of a huge scandal.
The Burning Sun scandal, right?
The Burning Sun scandal. Yeah. Sangudi was like kind of the main, I don't want to say the main villain, but he took the biggest fall for it. And he exposed a lot of people with it.
It was his club, right?
One of them, I think.
Yeah. Ooh, not good.
Like, I think he was unfortunately the scapegoat. It's still deserved. Like, still 100% deserved.
Well, but he's already out of prison, so let's not feel too bad for the jackass.
I know. He is already out of prison, but he got out of the group, right? Like, pretty hardcore. Like, to the point where all of the members do not talk to him, and the songs, they were singing over his part.
As they should.
But TOP's, because they parted on good terms, he's focusing more on his solo career and his acting career. They let his lyrics play. So they let him sing his parts.
Is T.O.P. not in it anymore because of he was doing drugs or something?
I think he was also doing weed, but like, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so he had a weed allegation, and then that's why he got out.
Oh, babe, it wasn't an allegation.
Well, but you know what I mean.
He was guilty.
He was guilty.
I think it was also, hold on, now let me Google real quick, because I want to say he might have also been a cokehead.
Because isn't that why there's like a member of Monsta X that's no longer a member because he was also smoking weed?
No, yeah. He wasn't smoking weed. The chick said he was, and he was innocent and clean. But he's still thriving as a soloist too, though.
I was gonna say, but he's no longer in the group, right? Because of that?
No, he's no longer in the group because of it. He left. They were just gonna bench him. Kind of like what they did to Hyunjin whenever he had the bullying allegations.
Yeah.
But he ultimately was like, I'm just going to leave. Like, it really affected him. He was gone for like a year and then came back bigger than ever.
Well, yeah, his like solo album or solo career is huge, right?
Off the charts. Okay, 2017, 2019, military service, personal and legal issues with marijuana usage. Weed.
Oopsies.
Whoops.
Uh-oh.
He was found unconscious in police barracks due to a suspected anti-anxiety medication overdose of prescribed benzodiazepine. Whoops.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
So
But he's doing good
he
now.
pleaded guilty. He's like, I have a problem. He did his probation. He
Obviously,
continued
he
his
did his
mandatory
military.
service as a public service worker. And it seems like now he's clean.
He's doing good now too. I think it'll be okay.
Hey, him being on Squid Game, honestly, really, really just kind of shot him to the top.
Because he's doing solo work now, right?
He's doing solo work, yeah.
I bet you in like 10, 20 years, if they do another like Big Bang reunion type thing, I bet you they'll bring him back.
I think he would. I think he'd go back.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, they parted on pretty good terms, and he was just...
It's probably just still a little bit too soon. You know what I mean?
Well, no, he was... I think it was last year or the year before, he performed with them. And that's when he was like... Yeah, and he's like, hey, I'm going to take a... he's like, I'm going to take a break and just be on a solo album for right now.
Gotcha. Well, but that's why I wonder if maybe too many people were chirping and he couldn't handle it. You know what I mean?
I think so, but...
So, give him a couple more years and maybe he'll come
back, yeah. All I know is the second they started singing Bang Bang Bang, I was like, the world is healing.
Bang. Yeah.
On Coachella main stage.
Hell yeah. But I saw their crowd was bumping, so because I saw somebody else like on YouTube saying that like they're like, I'm sorry, but Big Bang is not gonna be like, people are not coming to Coachella for Big Bang. And then
people are.
It literally cut to like Big Bang's crowd, and they're like, I think you're wrong. They're singing trot songs.
And people are vibing.
Because Big Bang's they're just a vibe. Bang, bang, bang. Now that song's stuck in my head.
I kind of wish that G-Dragon had the long extension though. Like put the wig on. Put the wig back on. But he didn't, and it's fine.
It's fine.
I guess.
I didn't see any of Cat's Eyes perform. Well, I saw that they brought the girls for week 1. They brought the Huntrix girls out for Golden performance, but the rest of it, how was their sets?
I honestly only watched their weekend 1. I caught some of their weekend 2 performance because people were giving them shit for weekend 1 because they're like, oh, we couldn't, like, we know you were lip syncing, blah blah blah. So then they came back weekend 2 and their mics were on.
Damn, they said
they were on, and no, we're not. It's insane how much better they have developed vocally. Like their voices are beautiful. Like, I do have to give them that. They are a talented group of girls, and they are putting in the work. It is wild. It's wild to hear how much more stable, how much more clear, how much more confident they all sound. Especially Megan and Laura have really, really, really strong vocals. Like, it's insane. Because Sophia used to be the one with the super strong, and now they're all on the same level, and it's amazing to see them develop. Yeah, even if awesome. I don't love their song.
Even if their new song's not your favorite.
But it's stuck in my head, so clearly they're doing something right.
Doing something.
But it's
well, that's the thing I've noticed with Cat's Eye songs, though. Like, the first time I heard Gnarly, I wasn't a big fan. Then it got stuck in my head, and now I love that song. So I wonder if, like, this new song, the Pinky Up? Is that the name of it?
Yeah.
I wonder if it'll get catchy, and then you'll just, like you said, it's already stuck in your head. So then maybe by next week, you're going to be loving it and singing every word. You know what I mean? Because people were bitching about Internet Girl, but then the whole crowd was singing Internet Girl.
I don't like Internet Girl either.
That's the one with the Eat Zucchini, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I actually like that song. I think it's cute.
Eat zucchini.
Eat zucchini. Yeah, I think it's very cute.
Can you read me like an emoji?
See, you know
I
it.
don't like it.
Uh-huh, sure.
Just because I know it doesn't mean I like it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What else happened? Oh, round one, game one of playoffs started today, guys.
Whoop, whoop. She's
I'm
like, we
excited.
gotta record early or after. And I was like, we'll just get up early.
Listen, it's a matinee game, and I'm not gonna lie. This girl over here. So the Colorado Avalanche are playing against the LA Kings, and I dead ass tried to make it happen so I could go to a game in LA.
I still think you could do it.
I listen. I did look at tickets. They actually weren't that bad for playoff prices. The only thing really is that I have to go to work on Monday. And that would be crazy. It would be, because I could technically, if we leave Saturday night, literally crash like in a hotel, get up, go to the game, and then drive back after the game. It is bananas. We could do it, but it is bananas.
Do it.
I don't. Oh, my eyes twitching just thinking of it.
Just call out on Monday. Who cares? Do it. You only live once.
That's true, and I am quitting anyway. But like,
Yeah. So who gives a shit? Just call out.
it's crazy. It is irresponsible.
You only live once. How many times are you going to go to a playoff game?
Hopefully multiple.
Hopefully, but we don't know that, so you should just go.
You're a bad influence.
I am the worst influence.
You're
a
terrible influence.
I think you should go.
It's okay. It's fine. It's
might
gonna
as well get
be
some
okay.
Disney tickets while you're out there too, and go to
That's
Disney.
really worse. That's worse. No, okay. So, side note, and then I promise we'll jump into the book. So my mom, I'm trying, because I was like, oh, I'm just gonna quit in June. Like it's fine. Like I'm not. We don't know where we're moving yet, but like just to be safe, like we're good. Because it gives us enough time to like go do some stuff, prep before if we have to move, before we have to move. If we don't have to move, then at least still enjoy the summer before Connor starts med school. And Mom's like, well, we're going to Vegas at the beginning of June, and then we're going to New York in the middle of June, and then we're going, which the last trip is to Washington, and that is like a trip that we already knew we were going on.
Right.
June's booked and busy, and she's trying to get me to go to Vegas and New York. I'm like, I think we can just do New York. She's pretty close to convincing me to go to Vegas too, though.
She's like, just come on all the trips. Let's go.
Like,
quit in June. Go to Vegas. Hey, go to Vegas. Bet like $50 on black or something, double it, then take that doubled $50, go play the penny machines until you win millions, and then call it a day, and then you're good.
With my luck, that's not happening.
Vegas is first, right?
Yeah, Vegas is first.
So go to Vegas first, and then if you can win some moolahs, then that seals the deal, and then you go to New York, and maybe your New York trip's paid for.
Listen.
Just say it.
It was this past weekend, when we were in Michigan, Connor found a cat cafe and all the cats are adoptable, and he's like, thank God I found this after it was closed, because if not, like, we would have been in trouble.
Trying to fly home with the cat.
But you know, he needs a brother or a little sister, probably a little sister, because she don't really like Elvis. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
OP.
It's gonna happen. My little princess.
She needs a sibling.
She does, because she really likes my mom's cat, Sochi. They play, they chase each other around, they cuddle. It's so cute. Like, if we move, she's gonna be devastated.
She's gonna be so bored.
She is. She's gonna beat up Ellie.
Poor Ellie. Ellie's like, Mom, please get her a sibling.
So like maybe, who knows?
Get her a playmate so I can be left alone, please, for the love
Literally.
of God.
Literally, because it's either gonna be another cat or it's gonna be another puppy. It just depends.
Ooh, what kind of puppy would you get?
It would have to be another corgi. My dad is trying to get us a husky, but some of the places that we looked at in Michigan don't allow huskies because people are stupid and irresponsible and don't train their huskies.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing with like German shepherds. I'm like, oh, like they're all considered quote unquote aggressive breeds because people are dumb and irresponsible and don't train their dogs.
Right.
And then they ruin the party for the rest of us.
Yeah.
So I'm like pivoting. I'm like, maybe, like, Dad, maybe you can get us a corgi instead.
Get us another corgi.
Yeah, he's felt bad ever since we lost our old lady. So
yeah,
that's his way of don't like helping, supporting, I guess. And I'm just like,
it's such a dad move.
Honestly, yeah. I'm like, some of these places they just suck because people suck.
Yeah, it's hard when you're still living in apartments and stuff, trying to figure all that out.
Mm-hmm. But the end is near. The end is near. I got
the end is near.
I'm not counting this year technically, so 3 years before we have.
You're almost there.
Almost there. Hey, by 2030, that's all I care about.
You're so close.
It's so close.
That's
so close.
All the time. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, we're kind of in the same boat. By like 2030, we're probably going to be, because it's 20, yeah, so that's 4 years. Because I'm thinking about 4 or 5 years, we'll probably be figured it out and kind of know where we're going to be going. So, damn.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Home stretch.
We're almost there. Ooh. We're almost there.
Hell yeah.
But you know what isn't a home stretch?
What?
Red Rising.
Red Rising is, yeah, it's not a home stretch.
It's oh shit! Did we introduce the show?
No, we haven't. Let's introduce this stuff. God. So today we're talking about Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Do you happen to have the publication date?
Yes, Red Rising was published January 28th in 2014, a year after I graduated high school.
Woo, woo. Actually, 2014 is the year I graduated high school. Wait, did I graduate 2014? Yeah, I graduated 2014. Woo, 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 woo.
It is a dystopian sci-fi YA novel, and it's a wild ride. Like, to set the scene, I read this almost entirely on my flight to and from Michigan. Honestly, I read a good chunk of it on the flight back because I was flying from Boston. I was flying from Boston. That's a 6-hour flight.
Mm-hmm.
And there were so many times where like my jaw would drop, or I'd be like I'm gonna fly. Like, I almost flew through the plane because of how beautifully paced this book was, and how insane and how brutal it is, especially for a young adult book.
Drop my ass off at Mars right now.
Yeah.
Girl.
For a young adult book, it's brutal. Like,
excuse me.
Bless you. And
excuse me.
Ooh, bless you.
Sorry, guys.
And I have to say it's better than Hunger Games.
I want to agree.
It's so much better than Hunger Games. I really, really liked this book.
I'm like mad that I only just now found out about it this year. Genuinely. Mm-hmm. And I found out about it from one of my patients who was like, oh my gosh, I'm reading this book. I think you'll love it, because they knew I was a big reader. And he was kind of explaining it to me, and he said it was sci-fi. And I was like, I don't know, dude. Like, I'm a fantasy girly through and through. And he's like, no, you have to read it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to recommend it to my dad. It sounds like something my dad would love, right? So I recommended it to my dad. And then my dad was like, No, I'm telling you, you have to read this. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to read it. Now, here I am. I've read all 3 books because it's a trilogy. However, he has put out 3 more books after the events. So technically, there's 6 books now.
Mhm.
But you can read 1 through 3 because it was originally just a trilogy, and be completely satisfied. Um, but so now I have all 3 books, a special edition of the book, and I'm on the hunt of finding the other 3, which I haven't read yet. But because this series had me in a fucking chokehold. I'm not okay. Like, I'm still not okay. And so you haven't read the 3rd book yet. You've only read the first book, right?
Right.
Okay, the 3rd book, I was calling my dad, sobbing, yelling at him, cussing him out. I was so mad. To then cut to the next chapter, I'm calling him and I'm like, "You bastard. Everything's okay. Why did you do this to me? I hate you." And he's like, "You told me to read these stupid fucking books, not the other way around." And I was like, "I don't care. You could have warned me." And he's like, "It's war. What do you expect?"
That's a bad answer.
And I'm like, "I hate it, but I love it at the same time."
It
So I have to be careful because I have read all 3 books, and I remember what happens in the first book, but I also don't remember how the first book ends, so I don't want to accidentally give away anything. So I'm going to kind of let you take the lead a little bit
okay.
so I don't accidentally fuck it up for you.
Well, we start off with
Wait, can we
spoiler alert.
pause for a second
Yes.
so we could do our intro? I just realized
Oh
we haven't done it
shit.
yet.
Roll the intro.
Roll the intro. Okay, we're back.
God, we're a mess.
I'm one of your hosts, Harley.
And I'm your other just mess of a human being, Gotti. Listen, I got hockey on the brain, okay?
Hockey
not
on the
my
brain.
This is Hot Takes and Paperbacks, and we are discussing, like we said, Red Rising by Pierce Brown. It is a wild ride. Like, if you have not read this book and you're kind of if you're in a reading slump and you want something that's just gonna let you sink your teeth into it, this is that book. This
Agreed.
is, I would say, even that series. Like, I am considering reading the other 2 books, but just because the first one left you on kind of an insane cliffhanger almost. But it follows our main character. His name is Darrow, and he is a hell diver on Mars. So to paint the overall picture, Earth is fucked. Earth went to the moon, and then from the moon they were sent off to Mars and to other planets in the solar system to try and, what's the word I'm looking for? Make them habitable.
Yeah, terraform.
Thank you. I'm like, there's some word for it.
There's a word for it.
And they have to terraform it. They're separated by different classes because of course they are. Because of course we as a society suck.
Of course, we had to have.
So Darrow is known as a red. They're all based off of different colors. Reds are the bottom of the barrel. They are the hardest workers. They are your laborers. They are the ones that sacrifice themselves and have the shitty job of literally mining H3.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, like helium-3.
Mm-hmm.
And they're having to literally like burrow into Mars's core where it's hot as fuck, where they could explode and die and burn themselves just to get that gas, because they are being fed this lie that they are the pioneers of Earth. Yeah. And they're the ones that are saving society and humankind. And Darrow...
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, and they're still under the impression that, like, Mars is still, like, has a lot of terraforming left to do. Like, they still can't necessarily live on the surface of Mars. Like, they are still under the impression that, like, it's still going to take a long, 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 long time, and it'll be like generations to come that'll get to experience life on the surface of Mars. But for now, they have to pay like the ultimate sacrifice. And as Kari had said, you know, Darrow's a hell diver on their team. And the hell diver, that's like the most expensive job. Like, most of them don't live very long. So, you know, he's already kind of like, he's in like the shittiest job to be in. And then on top of this, they're also like busting their ass off to meet quotas. Because if you don't meet a quota, then your food rations get cut in half. But also not just to meet the quota to make sure their food rations don't get cut in half, but also to blow out the expectations and be ahead of everybody else, because if you are the number one producing team, you get like a bounty of food for your group, right? So the women, children, all those, like, they get these extra things. So he is like literally busting his ass. All of that just to say like how hardworking that Darrow is, and like the amount of stress that his body gets put under and everything he has to go through to just try to support and live for his family.
By the way, he's 16.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Yeah.
He is 16 with a wife, and he's considered a grown man. They were, yes. When he was talking about his uncle was like 35, and he was like, he's ancient. And I was like, damn, don't have to call me out like that. Jesus.
Yeah. Like, imagine thinking 35 is old. Like, yeah. That is because like, they don't live very long. It's crazy.
They really don't.
And be expected to marry at the age of 16.
I thought it was 15.
No, I think you're right. I think it is 15. So be expected, because, yeah, they had already been married for a year. Because his wife, Darrow's wife, she waited. She was supposed to get married at 15 to somebody else, but she was like, no, like, please let me wait. So because she's actually older than Darrow, and they let her wait until Darrow turned 15 so they could get married. That's right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Which is crazy. It's like, coconuts bananas.
And he's considered a full man at 15.
Full man. Thrown
frontal lobe, not even developed, but he's a fucking full man.
And thrown straight up into literal hell. Like, he's thrown into a drill and told, you got to provide for the family now, because his dad is no longer with us, because his dad was considered a rebel. So the people, the Reds, they're dancers, they're singers, but they have this forbidden dance that they're not allowed to do. And his dad did it, and then the most terrible thing, trigger warning, is the fact that when they execute someone, because they're on Mars, gravity doesn't work the way it should. Like, yes, they have simulated gravity, but it's still not that great. So they have to pull on their loved one's legs in order to snap their neck. Yeah. And Harley, I was on a plane, and I am upset that you did not warn me, because my jaw dropped, tears filled my eyes, and I had nowhere to scream and cry, because I was literally on a plane and I would get arrested.
I'm so sorry.
Because, by the way, guys, spoiler alert, 20 pages, not even 20, right? Like,
it's basically chapter 2. I mean, it happens. It's basically
chapter 2.
Yeah.
Darrow has to unalive his own wife because she did the forbidden dance.
She did the forbidden song.
Forbidden song, my bad.
Yeah.
They're singers and dancers. So, yeah, they have a forbidden dance and a forbidden song. And she sang it.
Because they were getting whipped, remember?
Yep.
So
because
she had to do the song.
And he had to
pull her feet and snap her neck. Yep.
And she kept telling him that he needs to be the spark, that he is the spark, that he's meant for something greater. And he is, because then he buries her. You're not allowed to bury your dead.
Yeah, that's the other thing that's really fucked up. They make so after he pulls his wife's feet and makes her freaking die, she then has to stay hanging while they watch her corpse rot. Mm-hmm. And he said, nah, fuck you. He went and cut her down, buried her, and then also is sentenced to die because he cut her down and buried her.
this civilization sucks.
It sucks so much.
Sucks.
I literally, though, I
Because-
have to tell you, I called my dad. It was chapter 1. I called my dad, and my dad goes, "How are you liking it so far?" And I was like, "Good, I just started it." And he's like, "Oh, what's going on?" And I tell him, and I was like, I was like, even though they're like so young and we're like forced to marry young, it sounds like they like are married for true love. Like, I'm kind of excited to see like how that's gonna go. This young couple coming up in this hard, harsh world with like true love by their side. And my dad goes, "Yeah, great." The next chapter, call my dad. "Are you fucking kidding me?" And he's like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "That's not even funny."
She
not-
didn't even warn me. She didn't
That's
even
not
warn
even funny.
me.
No, because
Guys.
you have to experience what I had to experience.
That, and honestly, that's not even the death I'm most mad about. You know the death that I'm most mad about? Pax.
Oh, girl. Yeah, I called my dad sobbing about Pax's death.
I cried.
Yeah. I was sobbing my
jumping
eyes
ahead.
out. And my
But,
dad
like-
told me, my dad goes, and this is what I'm going to tell you. You are going to meet Pax's family. And while it's not Pax, it does make up for it and it makes you feel a little bit better. So I highly recommend you read book 2 because, yes, I'm going to spoil just a little piece for you.
That's fine.
Pax's dad has a pet fox that eats jelly beans.
That's so cute.
You have to read it. You'll die.
That's so
I'm telling
cute.
you, you will literally die.
It's a good the whole premise is Darrow is chosen. You know, we have our typical, which is kind of weird that you don't like the epic hero tales. But I guess this is a different kind of hero tale.
Well, and it's so much faster paced because,
It is
so
fast-paced.
his wife dies. He buries her. They kill him, except he doesn't actually die because I'm going to give everybody a fast rundown. He doesn't actually die because they fake his death, basically. He then gets freaking transferred in to this, to become a gold, and then goes to the school. The whole time we are running. There is never a moment that we're just walking through the forest. Pointing out trees, pointing out rocks, talking about the oasis that never ends. That never happens.
No, instead we meet a carver. Oh, this is my one question that I was kind of confused about. Did they actually have wings?
Yeah. So Mickey the Carver.
Oh, yeah, so the entire time that they're in the pit, where the fuck are their wings?
No. So the reason they have wings is because Mickey carved wings into his people. Not everybody has wings.
I thought he had gold wings.
No. Mickey carves. So Mickey's a carver. Mickey, he can like change your body, right? So think plastic surgery on steroids.
Yeah.
He just added wings to the women and children that he uses as his
pinks.
Yeah. And pinks are basically prostitutes.
Am I stupid? Because I swear they threw a set of gold wings down for him.
They might have, but those might have been like mechanical wings, not like wings that are attached to his person.
But they said, okay, hold on, because now it's the entire time, like, he's going through these trials. I'm like, he has wings. Where the fuck are his wings?
No,
like,
he doesn't have wings like that. So you're probably thinking, because they have grav boots, and that lets them fly. And they throw down, so I think the golden wings you're talking about that they threw down in front of him is the golden armor, which probably had wings on them, but they're not like actual wings that actually work or do anything. He can't fly like that. When he's flying, it's because of the grav boots, not because of wings.
Which I know that, but...
And even all of the pinks that Mickey carved to have wings, they can't fly with those wings. They're just for show.
But let me see where I'm flipping through the book real quick.
Yeah, while you're doing that, I'll just kind of explain a little bit more what happens in the beginning.
Explaining while I look, because now I'm confused.
Yeah, so Daryl cuts down his wife. He buries her. That's against the law. So they decide to execute him as well. Same which ritual. He's gonna be noosed, and then they have to pull his feet down. Except before this happens, his uncle gives him a drink and says to drink it, and he had no idea what was going on. So he drank the drink, and then while he's being hung, he passes out and basically dies. What he thinks is death, right? And as he like dies as they're pulling his legs. Well, clearly, obviously, his uncle and whoever the other person was pulling his feet down didn't actually snap his neck. They just pulled enough to like kind of dislocate and like hear a popping noise, but not like fully snap or whatever. And then the drink itself knocked him out, so that way it would appear that he was dead. And I actually think it might have like completely stopped everything. But bottom line is, after the people that observed him being dead left, they cut him down, gave him the antidote and stuff, and sent him off to the rebellion. And this is where the rebellion kicks in, and the rebellion is kind of the start of Darrow's story. And so his wife is used as a martyr who was killed. They use her as a martyr, and then they use Darrow as their like spearhead. And the goal is to get somebody into the gold ranks, because gold, that's like that's the top rank. So they need to get somebody into the gold ranks to kind of help topple from within. So that is where Mickey comes in, and Mickey gets basically blackmailed into helping them, and he carves up Darrow and makes Darrow a gold. And that whole situation, you have to just read the book, because it'll take too long to try to explain it all. But that process alone was absolutely insane. The things that they did to this man, because you're talking about somebody that is like just average guy, 5'7", 5'8", maybe 6 foot if we're lucky, and turning him into a 7 foot plus giant monster of a man. These, like, the science of humans has evolved so much that they have altered humans into being these like monsters, and these quote unquote like monsters, that's the golds. They're just bred and like carved to be these completely different beasts of humans, and they're huge. I mean, like literally 7 foot, 8 foot freaking people that are just like ginormous. And that is how it starts. And so they get Darrow, they give him teachers and all these things. And the reason that Darrow's able to persevere and get through all of these teachings and all of this stuff is because of his time as a Helldiver. Like, if it wasn't for his time as a Helldiver, there's no way he would have been able to handle all of this or do all of this. So like, I highly recommend that you guys read this book and read about like the carving stuff, because it is insane what he went through to just even survive, let alone be able to pass as a gold. And then he has like all these teachers and all these things like explaining to him how gold behave, what he needs to do, how to like not blow his cover. It's like literally wild. And so the whole point of this is to get him into this academy where it's basically like a war game. And you get picked into your houses, right? So there's like house bars.
The houses are based off of the Roman gods, and it is fantastic. So this entire, would you say second portion, because it's kind of broken up into 3 parts.
Yeah, so this would be the second portion.
It's honestly, if you've read the Rick Riordan Lightning Thief Heroes of Olympus series, think Camp Half-Blood, but times 10 with more murder. It's insane. It really is insane. Like, literally take Hunger Games, take Camp Half-Blood, make it more murderous.
I mean, because this was giving, I didn't read that book that you just talked about, but this was giving Hunger Games. It made me think of the class system. If you've ever read the Selection series, the class system reminded me very much of the Selection series. Hunger Games, a little bit of, there was another book that I can't think of now that it also was like, reminded me of. Now my brain just blanked. But it's kind of like a mix of everything that we love.
And it's good. It's done
and then
really
made
well.
Better. Like, I hate to say that because Hunger Games is so good, but it's just like, this is even better.
I think with Hunger Games, Hunger Games, you can tell, was written for the female perspective because of the added romance.
Mm-hmm.
This is written by a man. Not like, I'm not saying that in a bad way. This was written for all audiences to enjoy and throw themselves in, because yes, it has that underlying romance where he is doing this for love, but it is for a vengeance.
But and then like even in the later books, there's some more like quote unquote romance, but it's not done like how it's done when a woman writes a book. Again, this is not
Yeah.
me saying anything bad about how women write. I
It's
love,
just there's two
obviously love it, but
different
there is a difference.
perspectives.
And this is the book that like I can read, my husband could read, my dad could read, my mom could read, everybody can read it, and every single person is going to fucking love it. It's so good. Like I did not expect to love this as much as I do. I'm mad again that I'm just now finding out about this, more than 10 years later. And I'm also mad that this hasn't been turned into a movie or a TV show yet.
Because they need HBO money.
They do need HBO money, but it's like if we could make Star Wars happen, we could make this shit happen.
They need HBO
Get it together.
money.
Let's do it.
They do need HBO money because
good.
it is. This is one of the ones where Goodreads has it at the 4.27, and I agree with it.
What did you rate it? I rated it 5 stars, obviously, but what did you rate it?
I rated it 5 stars. Because it was that good. Like it was, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It gave me, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but for those of you out there that have watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners, the whole
I just watched it with my husband the other day.
Dude, the carver scene reminded me of the Ripper doc. And my jaw was on the floor the entire time I was reading this because I was like, oh my God, this is Cyberpunk. Like this.
Oh my God, I cannot believe
really
I didn't make
good.
that connection because I was literally reading the book and watching Cyberpunk. Like, I literally just watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners with my husband.
Good, right?
It's literally the exact same thing. How did I not make that connection? Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. Because I was freaking out because I was telling Connor that he needed to read it. Because he would really, really enjoy this. I think he would love this.
I'm trying to get my husband to read it too because I'm like, babe, you do not understand. This is like, this is a book you will 100% love.
Yeah,
this is the book that'll get you into reading again.
It's just
you can't put it down.
No, you really
I mean, the
can't.
fact that you finished it on your flight to and from Michigan is all we need to say right there.
Yeah. It is good. There were times where I did need to take a break because it does get intense. Like,
right, but you're taking a break not because you're bored or overwhelmed. You're taking a break because you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Like, what the fuck did I just read? Because the more that they get into the literal nitty gritty of part 2, because now, we have our spy, we have our infiltrator. He's proving. I'm so sorry. Hold on. My allergies are acting a fool right now. But he's proving to show them like, hey, there's this quote that he told the I want to call him the Ripper, but he's not. He's the Carver. That had me dying because it's so true. And it honestly, I was like, maybe I could lead a rebellion. But he says, this is after Darrow is fully carved into a gold, and he sees how terribly Evie, the pink, because the pinks are pleasure servants, like they're unfortunately used and abused, and they're sex workers. I can't even call them workers because they're kind of doing it against their will.
Yeah, they're not even being like, they don't get a choice.
They don't know. They're kind of like bought and owned, and it's icky. But he sees how
get paid.
The one that has been taking care of him is being treated, and he's like, oh, you're afraid of me now. And Mickey's like, why would I be afraid of you? And he's like, because you're used to knowing what's what. You think like the rest of them. Things are set in stone. Things are well ordered. Red's at the bottom. Everyone else standing on our backs. Now you're looking at me and realizing that we don't bloody damn like it down here. Red is rising, Mickey. And that, when he said that, I was like, oh, we got to buckle up. We got to buckle in. There's so many quotes in this book that would give me chills.
So there's a quote in book 2 that I actually want to get tattooed on my body. I don't have the book in front of me to be able to quote it to you, but there are so many good quotes in this series that, especially in like today's world that we currently are living in, I'm like, oh my
They're strangely
God.
prevalent. Like,
oh my God. And Mickey's Effie, by the way, in my head. Effie Trinket, that is Mickey. And
Okay,
you'll see
see.
it more later in the series.
Okay, because in my head, Mickey is Ripper Doc from Cyberpunk.
No, genuinely, like by the end of book 3, you'll think of Mickey more like how you think of Effie Trinket. Like
Okay.
he is the way he is because he doesn't know any better, not because he's just a bad soul. You know what I mean? Like he's actually a truly good soul. He just doesn't know any better.
Okay.
Yeah. However, he's still 100% the Ripper Doc. Like when you
It
like
was just the
I
way that
can't
he
unsee it
carved
now.
him. Like
I literally cannot unsee it now.
and just the way he's proud of his work because he should be.
Mm-hmm.
Like he literally turned a red into a gold. And I
He
loved
did
how
that.
he's like someone must he's like I'm not playing God, but someone must dot his I's and cross his T's. And I'm like, good on you, Mickey.
Hell yeah.
Um
You tell him.
it's it's so good. Like it ends with the quote of I am the spark that will set the worlds afire. I am the hammer that cracks the chains. And it's so it is such a beautifully told tale. And what I love is that it's not like the timing, it takes place over, I want to say, what, 2 years?
Yeah, over 2 years. Yep.
So it's not like Hunger Games where it takes place over like a month where it's like, damn, like this is kind of an unreasonable amount of time. This is a reasonable amount of time where all of these golds, because now that he's infiltrated, now he has to go to this academy. And this academy, you have to be picked by your house, kind of like Harry Potter, but also kind of like Camp Half-Blood. And then you're thrown into a literal fucking arena with
War
your
games.
house. And
Yeah.
it's a war game. It's kind of like Capture the Flag, but with death. Because you can take first they're like you can't kill people because they have med bots, but then they started realizing these med bots aren't fast enough and there is trickery afoot because they are weeding out the weakest of the gold children and trying to find the biggest baddest brutes that are going to continue on to lead they're called imperators, so they lead fleets, they lead armies, they become the swords of the grand overseer, I can't remember what the fuck her name is, but the main, like, I guess queen.
She's the Luna Queen. I can't remember what her name is either right now off the top of my head.
Yeah,
she's the queen of the moon.
She's the queen of the moon, and the moon is kind of the main,
and the moon is the
base.
Yeah.
And that, so she's the queen of all of humans, basically. And it's just he's because he fights in the way that Reds do, because he knows how to survive in any situation. He proves himself to be the biggest, baddest contender, and the proctors, because their house leaders are watching, don't like it. They're trying to rig the game and rig the system to get who they want to survive.
Because you're talking, there's like the governor's kids there. There's all of these other like people that are like super prominent in the society, and then there's Darrow, who, by the way, like in order to make this work, they're pretending that his family is from like an outlining distant moon, like super super far out there. His family doesn't have a lot of like holdings. They're not super
his
powerful.
Family's dead.
They're at the bottom, and then on top of that, it happened to just be one of the families that completely died in like an like they crashed into an asteroid during when there was like a asteroid whatever trying to move, and everybody died except for Darrow. So there's nobody to like corroborate his story. And that's what they need to have happen, because he needs to not be known, because obviously they just created this guy out of nothing, right? So they create this like grandiose story. His whole entire family's dead. He's from literally nobody's ever met this guy, and he's coming in here and he's like top dog, and everybody's like, who the fuck is this guy? What the fuck is going on? And he's fucking up their plans, and the proctors don't like that.
They don't like it.
So on top of like Darrow trying to win these games and like prove himself, because the other thing too is you need to like do really good in these games and like be on top to be able to be picked by a prominent family to then sponsor the rest of your schooling, so you could be, because the goal is for him to be a commander of his own military. Basically, he needs to have his own soldiers, his own ships, his own backing, his own forces to be able to help the rebellion. So that's the whole goal. So he has to like prove himself. The problem is he's fucking up the proctor's plans. So on top of him fighting his own classmates and students and like trying to like deal with all of that and like win the house cup, whatever you want to call it. It's not the house cup, but we're just going to use it as that. But trying to be number one, he then also is having to fight off the proctors and all the proctors or not inferior. What is it? Interfering. Yeah, the proctors that are interfering. So now he's fighting two different wars at this point. So what does he do? He fucking takes over the Proctor's Mountain, which isn't, they're not even supposed to, like, go in that area. Instead, he freaking kills the Proctor, steals all of his stuff, takes his grav boots, takes his whole entire army up there, and they overthrow Mount Olympus and take over. And that's how they win. I mean, bottom line is how that comes down to.
He literally took Olympus.
Madness. Like it's literally madness.
But it is done so beautifully because all of the other, I mean, he gets betrayed, he gets stabbed, he gets back up. He is literally unbeatable because he has nothing left to lose. Well, all of these kids have everything to lose. And then he flips the script on them and he kind of leads by example and doesn't take, because in the, you're gonna have to excuse me for using this term, but like in their games, they take quote unquote slaves. Mm-hmm. And they have to like do whatever. They're basically POWs, and he doesn't. Like he takes them, but then he immediately frees them, and he's like, "You fight with me, or you can go back to wherever you want." And 9 times out of 10, they fight with him. And if one of his people has to get punished, then he has that person then whip him back, like punish him back, and that's how he gains their trust and their loyalty. And his own proctor is kind of like, are you sure it's going to work? Like, they can always turn on you. And
they call him a Democrat. They're like, Darrow, are you a Democrat?
Yeah, no, they literally call him a Democrat. And he's like, no.
I'm not a Democrat. Because being a Democrat is like a huge no, because you're supposed to, like this whole thing is ran off of dictators and slaves. Obviously, look at the Reds. So for them, they're like, don't be giving people free will. This is going to paint a target on your back with the higher ups, not just like right now in this war game, but like this is going to like stick with you for the rest of your career.
Yeah,
but
no,
he's
they
like,
literally,
fuck it, I don't care.
They're literally like, you got to chill, dude. But it's just, he keeps referring to like how Alexander the Great had his conquests and how he succeeded and what was his downfall, and it's just beautifully done in a horrific way.
It is, yeah, and it's like twists and turns. You know, right when you think that, oh, we're winning, Darrow's winning, everything's gonna finally go his way, we got this shit.
They don't.
There's a different trial, tribulation, different backstabbing freaking bullshit, and we just go back to fucking zero, and we're like, what the fuck? How are we gonna turn this around again? And then have to
crawl back up again, and he is witty, and he thinks outside the box. Like, one of the tests that they did at the very beginning in order to figure out if he was going to be the one that they could send in, what the fuck was his name? Dancer? The dude that saved him, he hands him a bowl with 2 pieces of paper, and he's like, if you pick a lamb, you lose. If you pick something else, you win. And Darrow picked up the piece of paper, and it was a lamb. Or no, it was one of those, right? Like,
I honestly don't know what you're talking about, to be honest with you.
Oh, it was a witty test. But I think it was like, if you pick the knife, you die. If you pick a lamb, you live. But he picked the knife and he realized, oh, both of the papers, it doesn't matter which one I get, I'm still going to end up having to die. So he eats the paper and he's like, it was a lamb and it was too good. It was too good to not eat it, right? Like, he's like, I was just too tempted. And that's how Dancer knew. He's like, oh, this dude's going to be the best dude because he knows how to play the game. He knows that the game's always going to be rigged, and he knows he has to think outside the box to play it and how to get in it in order to win. And that's exactly what he did. He managed to get in, fully infiltrate, fully not just like make allies, but also he kind of brought shame on the two biggest houses
Mm-hmm.
in that society because he killed one of their sons, and then he kind of embarrassed the other son and embarrassed the governor's son while gaining the heart of the governor's daughter, because that was an insane twist.
Plot
I was
twist.
like, the
What the hell?
well, because oh my god, his proctor kept telling him the girl's gonna betray you, the girl's gonna betray you. I'm like, how? What girl? Antonia? Like, it was Mustang, and she didn't betray him. She was just careful, and I love Mustang. I can't even remember what her real name is. But
I think it starts with a V. No, that's Vic. Never mind. That's a character for later. I can't remember what her name is either.
I
They
can't
call her
remember her
Mustang
name
throughout the whole thing, so don't worry.
because she rides horses. She is. I do love her. She's so witty. She's perfect. Like, she is the embodiment of who like Athena would be, honestly.
I love her. Obviously, I loved Pax. That was awful. But my favorite group is the Howlers, and I can't think of what the main
Howlers?
Severo. Severo's my
Severo.
favorite,
Mm-hmm.
and it only gets like that strength and that bond, and my love for Severo only grows stronger as the books go harder. And the Howlers basically just become Space Marines. It's the funniest fucking thing ever. And book two is actually a major time jump. Yeah, book two is a major time jump because we go through, because he obviously goes to the academy. So it's like, I think it's like 2 or maybe even 4 years later from those events that we start book two. And it's he's in the middle of basically his senior final, his final project. And that's how book two starts. And so at that point, like, Severo's like already like off doing other things. He's got his whole howler, like all of the oh, I can't freaking talk. All of the howlers, Jesus Louise, are like spread out with. It's just crazy. Yeah, you'll love it. It's so good. But Severo's 100% my favorite character from this whole thing.
He's fantastic. He's truly a little goblin.
Also, the finale, book three, like how book three ends, you will not, but you will be, your flabbers will be aghasted.
Aghasted.
You're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Mm.
Genuinely, like the last chapter, you're just gonna be like, holy shit. What the hell? I'm not even kidding.
Okay.
It's the best. It's so good.
All I know is this book was fantastic, and I want more. I need more, and I do need it to be turned into like a show.
I either need it to be a TV show or I need it to be a movie. I don't care. I think it'd be better as a TV show because they would have to cut as much stuff out. But I'll even take it as a movie at this point. I just want it on big screens. Actually, I'm gonna look and see if there's any news because I never looked.
I didn't see anything.
As of March 2026, so just last month, author Pierce Brown confirmed that the long and developed Red Rising TV series is no longer moving forward. The project, which was in development for several years, likely with Apple TV, as an option expired, making the previously planned live action show officially dead. But you know what? That's okay because I don't think Apple TV could have done it justice.
No, it does need to be like either Apple or HBO.
Yeah. Sad panda.
Someday. I mean, the more Netflix is picking up more, I feel like we're in the era of book to series or movies adaptations. So you never know. Especially if once like Fourth Wing picks up, it's gonna be pretty good. They're gonna need more.
They are gonna need more. I agree. Hopefully.
But it was good. I give it a 5 out of 5 Reapers.
5 out of 5. I love it.
100%. 100% love it. This was a wild ride.
This was a wild ride. So next podcast is Priest, right?
I haven't locked down a special guest for that, so we're gonna do Suki.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot. I already read that. Okay. So Suki, I totally forgot about that. So Suki is next, and then Priest maybe.
Then Priest.
Okay, with special guest hopefully.
With special guest, hopefully. I think special guest is going to be down to scream about Priest. And then after Priest, what do you think? What are you thinking?
I don't know. I would love to do Crescent City. I just don't know that you're there. Have you finished?
I need time to read it.
I was going to say, because have you even finished Akatar yet?
Nope.
Yeah. All right.
Girl, what else with you?
You what? I'm sorry.
I said we've been busy with this and with Game
That's
On.
True.
I loved Game On.
I've been busy. Oh, let me read Game On and let's do Game On next.
Okay.
Because I've been wanting to read Game On. Is it?
Good.
Okay. We'll do Game On next then.
Woo!
So Suki Stackhouse will be the next podcast. Then it'll be Priest. Then it'll be Game On. And then after that, who knows? We'll figure it out.
After that, maybe I convince her to read Heated Rivalries. Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. Maybe. We'll see. I'm not going to say no. But if you read Crescent City, I'll read Heated Rivalry.
I'm going to need time to read Crescent City. That is a thick book.
It's okay. I need time to read Heated Rivalry.
Maybe Project Hail Mary. I've been wanting to read that. No.
I've been wanting to read that.
Project Hail Mary or Dungeon Crawler Carl, because that has been popping up all over my feed.
I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it, but sure, we'll do it.
It's supposed to be a sci-fi also type book, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. The apps just did a theme night of it, and the goalie is a huge fan, and I just Connor's been listening to it, and he's like, it's kind of funny. So the main dude gets abducted by aliens and thrown into a dungeon with his cat.
All right, let's do it.
So tentative schedule. We'll keep you posted.
Yeah, well, sold. Love it. All right, guys. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, Spotify
and
Apple Music, or not Apple Music, Apple Podcasts. We don't make music. Don't look for us there.
No.
Hot takes and
give us a like. Give us a shout out, recommend to your friends who may or may not like us just fucking chatting about Biebercella for 30 minutes.
30 minutes of Biebercella and then another 45 minutes or so of the book. Yeah.
It's fun times.
Yeah. It's great over here.
It's great.
Send us an email at hottakesandpaperbacks@gmail.com. HOTTAKESANDPAPERBACKS@gmail.com. Yeah.
And just come say hi.
And we post every other Thursday at noon MST. What else could we say? That's about it.
That's about it. I got a hockey game to go watch in an hour-ish. And
I got a Walmart order to pick up in about an hour-ish.
We booked amazing. So we'll see you next time.
Later, I love you. Bye.
Bye.